the Uncommon Transformation television series.
According to John Dewey, education is not a preparation for life, but life itself. In fact, several other socio-political philosophers readily agree that education is growth. However, this can be achieved through careful planning and commitment to the provision of a sustainable environment that could engender their growth. Because of the strategic importance of education to growth, development and sustenance of mankind and society, the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, a special agency of the United Nations, advised governments globally to set aside 26% of the annual budget for the funding of education. From verifiable indices and tangible models, one leader that has placed a lot of premium on education is Governor Godswill Akpabio of Akwa Ibom State. Indeed, even his worst critics agree and acknowledge that Akpabio's policies on education in the last 4 years have been in line with the advice of UNESCO, as he has committed huge state resources to the development of the sector.
We have set the standard. We started with compulsory free primary, junior secondary, senior secondary level. We have tripled full enrollment, and we are hoping that in due course we will have succeeded in fighting all the violent crimes that pervade the entire country today.
For instance, on assumption of office, the drought he met in the education sector in Akwa Ibom State was so bad that he was short of declaring what could be termed a state of emergency on it.
Welcome to the Uncommon Transformation television series.
When I came, the infrastructure was too bad. There was not one classroom that the children can fill. But the governor of this state, by the special grace, decided to republish the school completely and even build a new structure for the children.
I'm so much grateful about our governor. He has done it so good. Since the beginning of the system, it's 2 weeks now. We have gotten new people rushing in to be registered here. I did the registration. I know the number of people we get because of this free education. The governor has done it so well.
But with careful, focused and deliberate implementation of its people-friendly policies, the government has turned the hitherto negative plight of the people to joy.
I do this great day for which the children of Akwa Ibom State are here in support of our dear governor, the lover of children and education. We pray that the Lord will protect him and his family.
His approach has been such that the people reap maximum benefits without a feeling of neglect in other sectors.
That whatever any government can do to the progress of people, there is no better investment than investment in education. Because when you invest in education, you are investing in the people. The results may not be apparent now, but in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, in the next 100 years, the people of Akwa Ibom will realize what this governor is doing for this state.
Free and compulsory education is really accepted because they are given the chance for the less privileged to be educated. We can see this from the number of people coming in for admissions, people of all ages.
He has done very much. You see, it is not easy to start such a lofty program and at least maintain it until now. The program has run for, this is the 3rd year running or 4th year running. So, in fact, it has been the best thing to happen to our school system.
Following the sharp drop in enrollment in schools, as well as the increased engagement of Akwa Ibom children in menial jobs, child labor and domestic chores, Akwa Ibom sprung a surprise on the people. But it was a pleasant surprise. It is noteworthy that throughout his campaign, the governor never promised the people free education. To him, ensuring that the populace is well educated is the obligation to every sensitive and responsible government. Yet, when he declared free education in September 2008, he did not only ensure that it was qualitative, but made it free and compulsory.
The free and compulsory education helped me very well. I can remember when I was in JS3, I was in a private school and they were pushing us away because of school fee, but since I'm here in this one, the free and compulsory education has helped me very well. Come to school every day, I learn, the teachers make it very good for us to learn, and we teach very good and easy.
Yes, I'm enjoying. The government has tried so much to provide this free and compulsory education for us. He has provided so many things, books and other things. We don't pay school fees, neither we pay brooms.
Free and compulsory education in Akwa Ibom State has really helped people, the less privileged ones that do not have opportunity of being in school, the poor people that hug. Since it is compulsory, everybody will have to be in school. So I think it has really helped those that parents could not afford to send to school.
As a product of the free and compulsory education.
Okay.
So I want you to take this into the government and show it to them that this is a product of the free and compulsory education. That the free and compulsory education has created an impact in the life of students in Akwa Ibom State. I am from a poor home.
Yeah.
Because of financial problem, was unable to go to school.
Yeah.
But the free and compulsory education have molded me up to be an author today.
Okay.
From a hawker to an author today.
This was given teeth with the enactment of the Akwa Ibom State Child's Rights and Protection Law 2008, which ensured that every parent or guardian sent his ward to school. According to the law, anyone who flouts the provision risks about 3 months in jail or 50,000 naira fine, or both on conviction. The result, expectedly, has caused an upsurge in the enrollment scale. Indeed, school enrollment has tripled.
This is the opportunity in which parents have now moved their children to school. The poor parents who never had the intent of sending their children to school are now sending. That is why you now see one of the major effects is that you've seen a massive rush to school now. But this has even created an attendance problem, where we have so many elderly people going to school to the extent that some start challenging the school authorities, but we are handling it. Apart from that, you see, the house help syndrome has reduced to a large extent, because you realize that most of our mates, the children who were used as mates, are now back to school.
Akpabio's declaration of free and compulsory education could be traced to his personal traits and childhood experience, where he almost lost the opportunity for formal education on account of penury.
A young boy goes to Akpabio all the way from Uganda, whose father died at the age of 6 months, raised by one mother with a lot of other children, struggled to finish primary school, could not even go to secondary school for about a year, because there was no 10 naira to pay to become a day student. Even in a college that was built by his uncle, who was deputy premier of Eastern Region, Minister of Education. And from there, God raised him, God guided him, and he became a governor. Will that person forget the fact that 10 naira can stop a child from having a future? That's why he became free education. No child should be left behind in Akwa Ibom State as a result of circumstances of his birth. No child should be denied the opportunity to become a professor because when he was born, his mother or his father died. It doesn't matter where you come from. Every person in this state should become the brother's keeper.
The uniqueness of Governor Akpabio's free and compulsory education is in the subvention regime of the program. For instance, the state government pays the sum of 100 naira per term per child in primary school and 300 naira per term per child in post-primary institutions. These monies are paid to school heads to cater for the logistics of managing school children and thereby lead to the abolition of all forms of levies, including PTA levy. One major feature of Akpabio's free and compulsory education program is that it is not limited to indigents of Akwa Ibom alone, as children from other states residing in Akwa Ibom are also benefiting from the gesture.
I must confess, the quality of education in Akwa Ibom State is very good. I am coming from River State, far down interior. Coming down here because of the way I heard about the school. I also thank the governor of Akwa Ibom State for giving us free and fair education, which allow us to go to school even without school fees.
To ensure that the physical infrastructure within the school environment are made suitable for learning, Akpabio's administration embarked on massive rehabilitation and construction of classroom blocks, laboratories, libraries, and provision of school desks, books, reagents, and other instructional materials. So far, over 2,000 school blocks have been reconstructed and rehabilitated. Only last year, the state government invested about 1 billion naira in procurement and distribution of textbooks in mathematics, physics, and biology across the state. This is in addition to over 10 million exercise books, 188 million naira worth of science equipment.
Our able and dynamic governor has done so very much in our teaching field. He has increased the teacher salary. He has given the children exercise books to enable them to study very well. And this has really made teaching very, very interesting.
This is Akwa Ibom, the land of uncommon transformation.
Already, the free and compulsory education scheme is repositioning the state towards achieving the MDG's target, and the status of the state as a factory for domestic workers has changed, as most less privileged children have now been enrolled in schools for qualitative education. It is common knowledge that the free education policy of Obafemi Awolowo in Western Nigeria is responsible for the milestone education gap between the Yoruba and the rest of Nigeria.
Road construction, water, free education. I'm telling you, Chief Obafemi Awolowo was reincarnated in Akwa Ibom.
In Lagos, 1955, Chief Obafemi Awolowo declared free education there. Here, in this part of the world. This is the first time this thing happened. This is the best thing that ever happened to Akwa Ibom State.
Governor Fabio's free, compulsory, and qualitative education policy in Akwa Ibom State is the most enduring of all the policies. I am saying this because education stays with a man till he dies. Yes, the governor is building roads for us, putting together infrastructure. Yes, they will crack, so they will need men with knowledge to build them back. So what he's doing is for the future. He's lifting Akwa Ibom State from the doldrums and giving hope to the hitherto hopeless, creating hope for the children of the have-nots, and creating an equalizer for every citizen of the state, every child, whether it's from a wealthy or family or not. It's creating a future for the children of Akwa Ibom State. So what is happening through this free education today, we shall reap the benefits in a few years to come.
Before now, the education sector in Akwa Ibom State suffered degradation as students took their lectures under trees. The few available buildings were dilapidated and in abject state of disrepair. Prior to this time, it was a common feature to see an Akwa Ibom child hawking on the streets during school hours, wandering like sheep without shepherd as their teachers were either on strike or went on some other business ventures to complement their meager salaries. Akpabio has changed things for good. To ensure his free and compulsory education policy does not go up in smoke, he has embarked on training and retraining of teachers. To ensure the success and sustainability of the program, Akpabio appointed education monitors across the state, in addition to strengthening the Inspectorate Services Directorate by providing vehicles for intensive inspection of schools to enforce compliance to standards for quality assurance, provision of capacity building, training to teachers within and outside the country, as well as implementation of the 27.5% TSS to teachers in public schools in the state. The government has placed emphasis on IT to prepare its people for the emerging New World Order. In this regard, he has constructed an e-library which, when commissioned, will place Akwa Ibom child miles ahead of their peers and will also add value to education and reading culture, which unfortunately is fast disappearing. The free and compulsory education policy is 3 years on the trot, and at every occasion the children are happy. Gladly so, the governor unparalleled strides in the education sector has not gone unnoticed, as the National Teachers Association of Nigeria, NAPTAN, in its 5th triennial conference in Akwa Ibom State 2009, conferred on him the most education-friendly governor in Nigeria.
The payment of labor and NAPTAN examination fees for students in all public schools. Governor Fabio did not only declare free and compulsory education, but has made clear favor that the children were excellent his promise with people during the campaign.
He was also honored as Exams Ethics Marshal in 2009 by Exam Ethics International in faraway Ghana. He's also earned several doctorate degrees from different schools at home and abroad. As a lover of education and stickler for quality, Governor Akpabio intervened by constructing over 3 kilometers of internal roads at the Federal University of Uyo, and also invested enormously in the upgrade of facilities, which led to the recovery and accreditation of over 28 courses hitherto lost.
The fact that they have accreditation now as a result of the assistance given by us in the state government clearly shows that we are also assisting the state to have perfect security. And then from a point of view of human capacity development, the majority of the people you are talking about are Akwa Ibom children. More than 50% of those who have access to the University of Uyo are from Akwa Ibom State. Why should I allow such a segment of the population to go without education or to suffer? So the reality is that I don't want to care what is federal. What I care about is what facilities are Nigerians using. What facilities are Akwa Ibom people using? You go there, muddy grounds, no road in over 35 years. I went there, I intervened. I started 3.1 kilometers of external roads for the university. Of course, you see, the assistance we gave to the university has resulted in what you are hearing today. Enhanced courses. 28 courses have now got accreditation. Almost all the courses now are up and doing. The university is seeing a lot of progress.
For this, the university has remained ever grateful. Of importance too is the doggedness of the Akpabio's administration in ensuring that the takeoff of the state-owned university, which had been on the drawing board for about 10 years, came to reality.
I know your problems and I will solve them.
In 2008, the administration acquired the then Model Secondary School at Ikorakwa then and commenced the development of physical infrastructure for the university. On September 23, 2010, Akpabio inaugurated the first governing council to the university. And on October 5 the same year, he personally collected the certificate of commencement of academic activities at the university, which led to the matriculation of the first batch of 300 students in November of the same year.
The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board would only be notified of the university's preparedness to commence academic activities upon verification of the critical mass of staff and facilities available to the new institution. May I use this opportunity to congratulate Your Excellency and the good people of Akwa Ibom State on the establishment of the university. Please accept the assurances of my highest regard as follows. Thank you very much.
Only last week, the first chancellor of the university, Alhaji Najib Hussein Adamu, a lawyer, technocrat and emir of Kazaure, Jigawa State, was installed as its first chancellor.
Then I, Chief Garfield Obodo-Akpabio, and visitor to Akwa Ibom State University, having duly appointed Your Royal Highness Alhaji Najib Hussein Adamu, CON, the Emir of Kazaure, in accordance with the powers conferred on me as the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State and visitor to Akwa Ibom State University, now have the pleasure to formally install you as the first Chancellor of Akwa Ibom State University. I heartily congratulate you on this appointment and wish you every success.
The policy on free education has impacted in a very special way. You can see now that children are in school, no loitering, and most of the children that could have gone the other way around are now in classrooms.
If anybody any succeeding government comes and does not want to do the line of free and compulsory education in the state, it automatically means it does not belong to our society.
We all know that education is the basis
for development. And making it free in this state is, I think it has arrived at acceptable time by God. And I thank the present administration for making it possible. They have given our children the chance to really pursue education and compete effectively in the nation and internationally.
One big achievement of this administration, I think it is in the area of education. And with that asking question, you know that this is the greatest thing that you can live for your children. The best you can do for your community, the best you can do for the future of your economy is investing in education.
The people of Akwa Ibom are grateful to Akpabio's strides in education, which the people call uncommon transformation.
Welcome to the Uncommon